Hello and welcome back to Here We Tow. Today I'm at Broad Lane Leisure and I'm here to reveal something completely new to the UK market. It is the Mink Camper 2.0. So what do we need to know about the Mink Camper? Well, the Mink, it was originally made and designed back in 2019 and it's actually from Iceland. It's an Icelandic vehicle and it seems to be gathering a great deal of interest, popularity and a following. So Broad Lane Leisure are going to be the sole UK importer and distributor of the Mink, and they have a demo model here at Kenilworth. So the Mink, as I say, it is a camper. It's not your standard caravan, and we'll see as we go around how it is so different. And I think this is going to be quite a niche product, but I must say, it really is quite funky. And I think for people that don't have the B+E or want something a bit different for shooting off, this is going to be a great option. So let's have a closer look at it. So first of all, the Mink, it is built on the Alco chassis and it has the Alco shock absorbers. In terms of its size, its total length is only 4.1 metres and its width, it's only 2 metres. Height-wise, 1 metre and 82. So it's going to actually be lower than many large SUVs. In terms of its weight, and this is where it's going to be a bit of a winner, it only weighs 490 kilograms, but it has an MTPLM of 750. So that's a huge payload of 260 kilograms altogether. And because it is 750 kilos at its MTPLM, you can actually tow this little camper with any car weighing up to 3.5 tons. So if you don't have your B+E, you will be able to tow this with any car weighing up to 3.5 tons. So it makes it really accessible. Price-wise, which is always the important thing before we go any further, the Mink in the UK is going to retail at starting from £15,295 for a base model. This one here with several extras is probably going to cost you up to £20,000, but I'll go through all those extras because there's a lot you can add to it to make this a really unique experience. So as we go through, I'll point out the various extras. So as I say, Alco chassis, we've got an Alco hitch, and on the A-frame here, we can see we've got a plate, which is the longer A-frame, which is always used on the European manufacturers, and you can put a bike rack on there. So if you're wanting to get outdoors, you can put your pedal cycles on there. The nose weight on the Mink is only 68 kilos. So you're going to be able to attach this to even small hatchbacks that have a low nose weight on the tow ball. So that's the front end of the Mink. Now we see here we've got a teardrop shape. It's got quite a bulbous pod head. This is the yellow colour and then with the grey. We do have grab handles. We have these at the front and the rear. You're probably not going to want a motor mover on this. You are just going to be handballing it. And when we go inside, we'll see this amazing feature. So as the Mink curves round, it has a huge panoramic window. And this is ideal for when you're parked up on your pitch or in the outdoors and you can lay down on the bed and stargaze out. Unfortunately, we've got a solid roof above us today, so I can't show that its benefit there, but it's absolutely massive. Now, as we come down, this is actually one of the entrance doors. There's 2 doors into the little Mink, and I'll show you these here. So these are like little pods. So this will open up. And as I say, there's one on each side. Now, as you can see, it opens all the way back. And internally, we've got a window here. And the great thing is the window does open as well. So that's going to be ideal for letting some fresh air in. We do have these canvas blinds, which are just going to fold down to give you that privacy on an evening when you're in bed. And on the off side, we've got exactly the same. Both the doors open up to give you this feeling of space here. So as we go in, we see it's got the Mink badge there. Now, you do have to climb in. This is not really going to be for those that don't have great mobility or lack of mobility. So we're going to climb in here. And what we're going to notice is we don't have a lounge, we don't have the standard features of a caravan. What we do have is a huge mattress. Now this mattress, it's 2 metres long this way and it's 1 metre 40 across the width of the camper. We've also then got a huge leather headboard as well. So what we'll do is we'll move around just so we can have a little look at what we're going to get in here. So as you can see as we've moved round, so this model on demo here has got the extras of the furnishing, which are the cushions and the blankets. Now this model has the Webasto heating, so you're not going to be cold in the Mink Camper. The controls for the Webasto are up there, and that's going to give you heating throughout this space here. We also have nice illumination, and you can have as an extra 4 USB sockets for charging up those gadgets. And this is where you can see this huge sweeping panoramic sunroof. Now situated back here on the wall of the Mink, we're going to find a canvas hammock, and this is almost like a bunk bed as such. The size of the bunk bed, it is 140 centimetres in the width, and across this way we're going to have 50 centimetres. So that's going to be suitable if there's a small child that wants to sleep in there with you. If you're going to use it just as a couple, there are boxes for storage where you can put shoes and clothing and bits and pieces like that. But that gives you an idea of the internal layout of the Mink. As I say, there's no toilet, there's no bathroom, there's no sink in this part. This is really just a sleeping pod, but you will be able to sit up, and if you've got a 12-volt television or something that runs off a battery, you can still watch television, what have you, in there. But as I say, yes, the Webasto, that is an option. On the roof of the Mink Camper, there is an optional extra of a 105-watt solar panel, which I think most people will probably go for, because that's also going to keep you topped up with your power for when you're using your USBs. Now, as we come back further, we see these huge bulbous wheel arches. These are a plastic finish, and we've got these amazing wheels. Now these are 17-inch aluminium wheels, again keeping that weight down, because to keep it at that 750 kilos, to make this accessible, there's got to be some weight saving. So features like that are excellent, and these wheels just look absolutely mega, nice and well stuck out there. And we do have rain guards as well for when you're towing. So as we come around the back, now you may be wondering, where's the kitchen? Well, I'll show you that next. So we'll move around and have a look at the back of the Mink. So we're at the back of the Mink, and we can see that nice sloping roof. It's like a nice teardrop shape. We have the lights, which are a nice little retro look on the back end. And then we get Mink campers, so people know you've got a Mink, obviously. Now, this has 2 latches that's secure, but to open this back end up, it is on struts. So we'll open these up. There we go. So when you are on site, obviously we've got the sleeping pod, but they haven't forgotten the importance of a kitchen. So once we get back here, now we see we've got a light to illuminate the back area. There's a 12-volt socket here, and there's also under here what would be a European plug socket. Now you can have some USB chargers in the back here as well, as far as I'm aware. Now we'll start on the shelves. So we've got 2 shelving units to keep our bits and pieces, and we have these cord straps to hold everything in place. So when you're on site, you can drop these down, but on the move, put them back, and it's just going to keep everything in place. So move that out. And here we have sliding trays. So again, this one's marked up for our cutlery, which is quite nice, and this one for our pans. You won't get very big pans in there, maybe best for your plates or something. And then we just bring that back down again for when we're back on the road. So there we go. Now under here, now this is a practical little kitchen. It is still usable. If we slide this out, first of all, in here, we're going to find a large area, a sink area. There isn't a tap, but you'll be able to connect up some sort of water. I'm not sure whether there's an extra for that. Again, you just have to have a look on the details that I'll guide you to at the end of the vlog. But a good space there, so you can still wash up your bits and pieces, wash your hands. You could even have a wash in there in the morning. Slide that one across. Now, one thing I do like as well is that it gives you all this great worktop space as well. There we go. Gives you all this nice worktop space as well, and somewhere to prepare food. And this is a fantastic feature, because in here we've got a 36 litre refrigerated space. So when you're away, you can still take your milk and food, and they've got little storage areas in here as well, so you could keep things separately if you've got vegetables or meals, milk, fruit juice, fruit itself, things like that. So lots of little compartments, and obviously they just slide across so you can get to them like that. So the fact that it's got a little fridge, I think, is going to appeal to a lot of people, because although it's nice to get back to basics, I think for me, I still do like some of the luxuries, which cold milk in the morning with my cup of tea is certainly something I'd consider a luxury. But then when you're not using it, you're just going to slide that back in. So there we go, that's the little kitchen area on the Mink Camper. And I'll close that down. The other thing I've noticed, if you are small like me, I would have liked some sort of little handle just to take hold of it, because otherwise, if you are small, it just means reaching up a little bit further. And then that lowers down again, and then you just close that off. So there we go. That is just a first look at the Mink Camper. It is new to the UK. It's just been launched by Broad Lane. They do have some demo models to look at. They have already taken a number of orders, so if you're interested in the Mink Camper, they are taking orders now for 2022. That's how popular these seem to be, new to the UK market. And as I say, they start at £15,295, but realistically, once you've got all the extras on, you're going to be somewhere near 18 to 20,000 if you want the heating, the solar and various other bits. So hopefully you've just enjoyed a short look around the Mink Camper. And as I say, if you haven't got your B+E, this is one to consider along with those other smaller caravans on the market. So thank you to Broad Lane who've let me come today and have a look around, a first look. Really appreciate that. And if you want any more information, I will, in the description below, put an email address that's specific to Mink. There will be a website coming soon as well, where you'll be able to find some more details. So, as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.